beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-August 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Welcome, fellow Geminis. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages I receive, as well as meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump into it and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the remainder of August. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, Gemini, going back to column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close, let's go ahead and get started there. So we have the summary affirmation card, I am beautiful. Gemini, you are beautiful inside and out. What a wonderful reminder of this. Again, your internal and external beauty has really shined through in the last few weeks. But let's see what we've been working through, what we've got going on here. Okay, the first card that we have is the Lover's card. The Lover's card, of course, is a card of love. It's partnership, deep love, strength together. Also, though, this could have been an indicator of a decision that was made, Gemini. Anytime we have 2 of something on a card, it can be a decision card. So love or decision to start off these last few weeks. The next card that we have is the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is a card of feeling like theft, betrayal, dishonesty, and it leaves you wanting to run away from a situation. So something happened that you really just want to get away from. It doesn't necessarily mean that you did, but it like leaves you with that uneasy feeling like you just want to get away here, Gemini. And at the bottom here we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. I feel like you're sticking it out through this situation even though it's really challenging. I think the decision was made to ride it out, to stick it out, which isn't necessarily an easy decision or an easy route to go, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here so far, Gemini. Let's clarify though and see what other messages we've got. First up, we have the Magician. The Magician is turning those visions into reality. I think we decided to stick it out because we're on the path to get something done. The Magician's like inspired action. Again, it's turning visions into reality. So even though we wanted to pull away, we didn't necessarily want to go down this path. We're sticking it out because it's taking us where we want to go, Gemini. The next card that we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. Typically, this is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So no doubt there's some love energy circling around for you there, Gemini. But again, this is wanting to get away, but sticking with it for the opportunity, sticking with it for the proposal. The thing that's keeping us there, it's kind of like the eyes on the prize. And at the bottom here, we have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups can be a card, a couple different meanings coming through here. So this could be like reflecting. So it's very nostalgic. It's a card of reflection, figuring out where we need to go. Maybe it was even like looking how far you've come, and that's what's keeping you on course as well, Gemini. The 6 of Cups can also be a card of innocence. So I think if they're, I don't want to say wrongdoing, but it's like we didn't know we would be in this situation, potentially, is a good way to say it. So things kind of worked out differently than anticipated. Again, it was like an innocence that led us to kind of the troubles, but now it's sticking to the path even though it maybe has gotten more challenging than anticipated. Okay, let's look now at our next column, which is just general, what's coming for the remainder of August. We have the card, I feel transformed. So significant change, transformation coming for you in the next few weeks, Gemini. I always feel like change isn't a big enough word to describe transformation. So something like a significant change, but lovely to see the transformation coming in. Let's see what's going on here though. So first and foremost, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a great card. This is a card of luxury, financial gains, enjoyment. So there's really some gains to be made, potentially some financial gains happening in these next few weeks. So this transformation seems to be gaining, seems to be giving positivity towards you. You're gaining in this situation. This can also be a card, though, of like it being driven by you. It is a very self-sufficient card here. Let's go and clarify and see what else we've got there. But again, I feel like you are gaining in this situation. So this is a positive. This is financial gain. This is knowledge gain. That's the transformation, is you're gaining, you're building momentum here. The next card that we have is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a card of feeling like we're in a low spot. You see the sky is dark. The person's laid down flat and all these swords stuck into them. So I love that we're transforming what feels like a low position to this position of luxury, to this position of gains, this place of very financial stability, all the wonderful things, a place of enjoyment. And at the bottom here, we have the Two of Swords. I think we've had to make a lot of compromises to this point, Gemini, and that's what left us in this low position. But again, now it's all coming to fruition. The positive, the reward is coming with the gains through the Nine of Pentacles. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebrations. So definitely victory, award, again, financial gain or some other sort of gain coming to you. Also, this looks like a finish line. This is getting across the finish line. This transformation, we're getting it across the finish line. We're wrapping things up. We're there. It's going to be complete. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands can be a card of like self-defense, having to protect yourself against competition. I feel like you've put yourself all out there. You're all in on this. And it's been tired. Like I said, we're kind of in a low place. There's been a lot of competitions. There's been a lot of battles fought to this point here, Gemini. And at the bottom here, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a card of respect, leadership, strategic planning. It's always such a good reminder that we're making the right move long term. So again, all of the compromises are paying off here. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So let's see what we've got here for a quick money card. It says, take a moment to reflect on the relationship your parents have with money. What habits should you invite into your life? What should you do differently? So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. So first up, we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. It can be kind of limiting yourself. So you need to take a step back here, Gemini, and see, are we potentially limiting ourselves in career or finances? The nice thing about the Eight of Swords is it's something that we can prevent. It's almost a warning that you're holding yourself back. So I think you're potentially holding yourself back or making something more challenging than it needs to be. We'll clarify that. The next card that we have is the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of action and change. It's about being on a journey. You're definitely in this period of action and change. Perhaps you're resisting this change, Gemini, but it's coming no matter what. So the one thing that you can control is your mindset, and maybe there needs to be a mindset shift that happens. The Chariot can also be a new vehicle, and I like to mention that because we're in our money investment column, and a new car definitely would be, but some of you could be getting a new vehicle as well. And at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Swords. If you look at this card, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly here. Again, this change is coming, and it's coming fast, and we can't stop it. But I feel like we're resisting the change or hating the change. So there needs to be a mindset shift that happens here. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative, This is a bold card though. This is a card of taking power, taking charge, and the only way I think, Gemini, in this case, because no matter what this change is coming, you have to focus on the things that you have control over, that you have power over, and one of those things is mindset. So again, I keep hearing there has to be some sort of mindset shift here. The next card that we have is the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card of balance and harmony. So things are going to level out, but it's like we have to agree for that to happen. We have to be more on board with this change. We have to be more further along in the journey. At the bottom here we have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is very similar to that Knight of Swords. It's action, it's quick change, it's everything happening. I will say you're going to keep finding out information with the Eight of Wands, so that could continue to ease this transition as well. Okay, now moving on to our next column, which is anything related to love. Quick love message here for you. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love. First and foremost, we have the Six of Swords. I know the Six of Swords can look a little gloomy. It's kind of blue-gray. Everyone's facing away from us. Their sword stuck in the boat. But the boat is headed in a forward, positive direction, and so is your love life, or so is a specific relationship, headed in a forward, positive direction. There's some sort of necessary transition that's happening currently, but again, it's forward and it's positive. This can also be moving or physically relocating as well. The next card that we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands, again, this is this position of power. This is bold. It's making the big moves. I feel like you've been making the bold moves, and that's why this relationship is moving forward the way it is. So I'm hearing like power moves, power couple, which I love. The next card that we have at the bottom here is the Six of Wands. So not only are you making the bold moves, you're doing the transition, it's going to be successful. The Six of Wands is victory, award, recognition, good news, success. So these power moves, these big transitions, it's going to be very successful there for you, Gemini. Taking a look now at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of working hard and then reaping the benefits of it. But it's like this whole hard work is also, there's been some enjoyment there. It's not only been labor, but there's been a lot of enjoyment as well. So you've put in a lot of hard work, and now you're getting into this period of transition. You're moving forward. This necessary change is happening thanks to all of your hard work. The next card we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. You're making these bold moves. You're going through this transition to reach this desire, this thing that you want. And we already had the Six of Wands saying that there will be victory and success there. At the bottom here, we have the Knight of Cups. Really wonderful love card. This is like ideal situation. So the outcome of this transition is the perfect, the ideal. This is also a great card if you're looking for a relationship, if you're wanting to get married, engaged. Again, it is the ideal relationship, the ideal situation. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide. So we have the card, I Feel Loved. It sounds like it'll be a great month for love for you, Gemini, here. Make sure you get some self-love in, but also lots of love from others there for you. So let's take a look and see what messages we've got. So first up, we have the World card. The World card is the last card in the Major Arcana. It's completing a goal, completing a lesson. Something is closing out. Something is coming to a close here, Gemini. So as one door closes and ends, it opens up new doors, which is why we have two ace cards here. Again, anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. So the first one we have is Ace of Cups, which is typically new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So it could be some love, or it could be an opportunity, but it feels like love, opening the door for some more love here. And at the bottom here, we have the Ace of Swords. And again, ace cards are newness. So this is new ideas, new clarity, but just generally speaking, new here. Let's see what other cards we've got. First clarifier we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of truth coming out. It's finding out information. So some way, somehow, this information is closure. Again, doors are closing, so new doors can be opening. And that's not a bad thing. It's like the closure is appropriate. We have been through the cycle. We've been through the goal. We've been through the lesson. And it's like an appropriate ending, if that makes sense. The next card that we have is the Sun card. So I love that we have all this newness and a ton of success and happiness in this newness. In terms of good card in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is material happiness, joyous outcome, success. So lots of success in whatever this new opportunity or new door opening is for you. At the bottom here we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. So do be really careful to not hold yourself back from this new opportunity. The other thing I'm going to say is I'm hearing the message that love wins. So let love win in this situation, Gemini. Okay, now we're going to do the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1, we have the Queen of Diamonds. This is number 12 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the 8 of Hearts. This is number 36 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, we have the Ace of Hearts. This is number 11 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, no, no there for you, Gemini. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of August. You have Ruby this month, which is good for joy of living. Lust, it's very spontaneous, gives you nice joy for life, and keeps that momentum and passion high. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, you are filled with the healing love. Thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Gemini, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your August.